I am ADEGALU from Deep Life High School Orators campus. Harmony, war, peace, crisis, not one can exist without a glimpse of the other because we're all humans. As the DAMIMOLA said, peace does not mean an absence of conflict. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means like dialogue, education, knowledge, and human ways. Harmony is a relationship in which people of different cultures which are compatible in opinion, action, and reconciliation stay in peace and security without harming one another. Lately, crisis and war has been at a rampant, ranging from anti-racism protests to being at the verge of a third world war. This is not just the fear of a sideliner, as nationally, Nigeria is not at her best. This state of crisis shortly began after our independence in 1960, under the rule of General Yakubu Gowon, Colonel Ojukwu, and a few unnamed people, saw it fit for Eastern states to amalgamate from Nigeria due to the anti-Igbo programs in northern Nigeria, military coup, restriction from leadership, and persecution of Igbo. This prompted the civil war. I personally believe that this war would have been solved diplomatically, where no one would have been harmed, if General Yakubu Gowon noticed he has caused a rift and seek foreign aid. This 1967 civil war is the root of tribalism today. How does this disunity affect the rest of the world, you might ask? The Russia-Ukraine war is no new news. On the 24th February 2022, Russia launched a large-scale military invasion to Ukraine, making a step escalation to a conflict that began in 2014, where Russia has disallowed Ukraine from belonging to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, established in 1949, to defend its members from being together and providing a security guarantee that an attack on one leads to an attack on all. I realize the pursuit of peace is not as dramatic as the pursuit of war. Nelson Mandela once said, "It falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. We can achieve this peace we have all yearned for, trying to work on the digital gap between the rich and the poor, literate and illiterate, leader and elect, because all the world's ever face is simply power tussle. Everybody wants to be in charge." I believe that the best way to solve this disunity is by setting their differences aside and trying to sort out things through a mature and diplomatic dialogue section between the various rulers. In conclusion, Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. You and I are indeed not excluded for the fight for a new beginning, a new harmony." Thank you.
Green light, red light. In my speech today, these colors will not be interpreted as the colors of the rainbow, nor the traffic lights. Today, these colors seek to remind us of the life on earth and the urgency of the need to preserve our planet. We love the earth. That is my message today. First, the green light. Green is the essential color of nature. Nature provides us with the food we eat, the air we breathe, water for our crops, and a protective atmosphere for us all to live in. That is the beauty of earth, the green light of nature. Now, the red light. Over the last 50 years, nature's capacity to sustain life on earth has reduced drastically because of human actions. For instance, the annual rate of trees lost in Nigeria alone is approximately 350,000 to 400,000 hectares per year. However, the solutions to climate change lie within our abilities if only you and I accept responsibility. First, reduce the amount of trees we cut down every year and plant more trees. And please do not forget that cutting down trees anywhere affects lives everywhere. Secondly, waste should not be carelessly exposed, but should be properly disposed. In conclusion, we are all players in this game against nature. So today, Mother Earth gives a proclamation. We love the earth. That is our planet. We love the earth. This is our home. We love the earth because that is our harmony. We love the earth, and that is my message. Thank you very much.
I am from Deep Life High School Okwere campus. There is a saying, united we stand, divided we fall. Harmony is simply a state of peaceful existence and agreement with one another without any form of misunderstanding. Harmony is, however, highly needed in our nation today because where there is harmony, there is peace and unity. To achieve a united nation, harmony is highly recommended. It is sad to say that there are currently ongoing wars and conflicts in around 3 dozen countries in the world, most in the Middle East, the Northern West, Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, and a major ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. The major cause of disunity and disagreement among various nations of the world is the quest for power. For a while now, the top countries in the world known as the Big Five, which includes America, Russia, Germany, China, and Japan, have long sought for the #1 position to be known as the capital of the whole world, thereby resulting to various outbreaks of conflict. In the sense that these citizens should join the government with their well-attained ideas to improve the nation and increase harmony. The citizens of each country, however, need to be enlightened and sensitized on the issues causing disharmony to curb the vice in the world. In conclusion, having seen all these conflicts going on in the world today, we can see that harmony is of high importance in our nation, so let's embrace it. Thank you.
I know recent times have been hard on us. I know we're all tired, I know we're all angry, I know we're all frustrated, even scared. I've seen it all. I've watched it on TV, in the news. I've heard it on the radio. Violence everywhere, poverty everywhere, hardship. And we're asking ourselves, will these things ever come to an end? Yes, they can. And they will. Let us end these things with our generation once and for all. Let us come together and form a pact for change. Which is why I'm going to be talking to us on the new harmony. Hi everyone, my name is ADEGALU and I'm honored to be speaking to you all. As they say, charity begins at home. What are you teaching your children? They're going to, no doubt, they're going to grow up and be leaders of tomorrow. Let them watch these things. Teach them politics, teach them skills. Teach them to respect one another so that we can all have a better tomorrow. Let them see the consequence of selfishness, of greed, of anger, of violence. Let them know to do better. Not only children, we all never stop learning. As adults, we all have gifts, talents. Some of us even have resources, things that we have that we can give the world for it to be better. I assure you, things can get better. Hardships happen not to weigh us down, not to pull us down, but for us to learn from them. Yes, we have to ask ourselves, these things have happened. How can we put an end to them? We have to come together, share ideas, share opinions through social media, through, just giving our resources to organize programs where we can educate each other, where we can empower each other. Change has to start with us.
I'm OKOYE from Deeper Life High School OWERRI campus. Do we ever know why harmony is needed among we individuals and the politicians, or our nation and other nations, or perhaps even among ourselves? Even in the midst of crimes, corruption, partiality, and even hatred, it has been discovered through the internet, according to the Global Peace Index 2021, that Iceland is the most peaceful country in the world. Why? Harmony. Let's take Nigeria for instance. Nigeria has the three major ethnic groups, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. Remember that we have, if not more than 250 ethnic groups, and these ethnic groups have their own quest for power and independence, thereby causing national disunity. The question is, how will harmony exist? The government is present, they are seeing everything that happens, and they are also in disharmony. I'm sure that there are solutions to all these problems. One, peaceful cooperation. When there's cooperation among our leaders, each of them will be able to bring their useful and intelligent ideas on how to run the countries of the world effectively and make it an easy and peaceful one for their people. This can also terminate hatred among themselves. Perfect association. When we, the citizens of each country, come together and understand each other, relating well with one another, we can also support our government in doing what is right, and that is destroying disharmony. Having a good association with other countries in the world would enhance our unity, which will also prevent wars like the present fight between Russia and Ukraine. Now, we've understood what we want. We have to strive. We need peace. We need harmony. And to get all this, we should love and understand ourselves. Let's embrace a new love among ourselves, and a new harmony will exist. Thank you.
I'm PAUL-NWOSU from Deeper Life High School, Owerri campus. Lord Acton once quoted, "Before people can find peace and harmony within themselves, they must first fall in love with their country." According to Vanguard News, the president of AFDB, Dr. Adeomi Adesina, in 2022, said that Singapore is a multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-religious society of diverse people. But despite that fact, she was able to forge a unified identity that has powered its extraordinary economic progress and development. Harmony is the immense feeling in our heart towards different people in this world, treating them with respect and pure love. What is embodied by harmony are the feelings of cultural tolerance and sharing, including different faith-based systems and cultural traditions, peaceful coexistence in the same social space. Harmony is virtually the concept of dynamic balance. We mismanage diversity, making it look like divergence. We see diversity as weakness, not as strength. We practice racism as part of our daily life and quest for world power based on race, nationality, or ethnicity. But finding the key to achieving a harmonious coexistence among different ethnic groups with different cultural traditions in a multi-ethnic state will be a solution to this problem. Creating laws to stop national discrimination and leading nations based on residency, not ethnicity, will build a harmonious world. In conclusion, let us practice what we recite in our daily life to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Seeing a new picture of the world achieved through harmony and unity within its dwellers, where north will be a home of the east and south the home of the west, and washing our hands in one basin. Living in harmony would make the world a better place for all and sundry. Thank you.
I grew up loving nearly every part of who I was. How I looked in the mirror, the way that I sounded when I spoke, all of those. But as I began to grow older, and of course, as I began to find myself in the midst of people who had their own opinions about other people's lives, I started to question certain parts of me. Those questions weren't inherently in my line of reasoning, but people made me find them. And I would beat myself up for the parts of me that made me me. I would question if I was good enough, if people were willing to accept me, all of those. And so I started shrinking those parts of me that people were making me hate already. And for a while, I thought that it was working. I thought that it was okay. And slowly, I started becoming very different in the aspects that I didn't even expect to be different in. I was literally changing way more than I had envisaged. And I remember regretting every single thing that I had done to rip myself of who I truly was. And I would write down my thoughts and feelings as lines of poetry, and I would keep them to myself. Because as someone who writes, there's always that point of initial fear of letting people read your thoughts or hear your thoughts. But as time went on, I got more comfortable with letting out snippets of my thoughts in words that I spoke to people, in the things that I posted, in the videos that I made. And it was like the perfect way of reconnecting with who I truly was. It was the perfect way of feeling more comfortable with reigniting the parts of me that I had already lost. I'm not completely where I want to be right now, but I'm very proud that I didn't completely lose myself in the quest for acceptance. My name is Sikiri Suma.